what do you observe about the car so far?
Well, it's like it wants to keep exact speeds depending on how hard you're pushing the pedal, instead of it trying to make you speed up and slow down. It's more like pick your speed by the amount of pressure you apply to the pedal.
That is very, that's an astute observation. I like that. That is a very succinct way of putting it. Stop sign.
Yep.
Okay. Just making sure you see it.
Okay. Yeah, it just brakes like for you.
You almost never actually have to touch the brake. You can touch the brake if you need to. As David knows, sometimes people will need to touch the brake, but they feel like they can't because they usually don't have to. That's not the case here. You touch the brake if you need to, but usually you don't gotta.
Yeah. Like, what is like the scenarios you would think you should brake?
An emergency braking situation.
Yeah.
Like a little red ball with a kid chasing after it. Hit that brake. We'll just go ahead and hit that brake.
Yeah, I was inclined to hit the brake if that were to happen.
There's a good lad. I knew I could count on you.
Yes. Yeah, that's really, really nice. There's like no resistance either.
So when you say no resistance, talk to me about what you mean about that.
It's just like it speeds up to exactly what speed, like how I was saying before. It tries to keep that speed of like how fast you were going by the amount of pressure you apply. So like if you're going straight up or down and you push the pedal just a little bit, you'll always be accelerating at the speed you pushed it. So like usually I'm used to pushing harder when I'm going up hills, or pushing less when I'm going down hills. But for this car, you just push the pedal to how much you remember, and it goes that speed.
Yeah, well, I was explaining to Gabe a little bit about why that is, because there's no lag time, because there's not an engine that has to create explosions that are then turned into forward motion. It's just the motor is on the axle, you press the pedal, it passes electricity through it, which creates torque on the motor.
That makes sense.
So we got a little straightaway here. Why don't you nudge it a little bit? Go ahead and give a little gas to it.
Alrighty.
Give a little oomph. Go ahead, good.
Dang.
And that's enough.
It's like a fighter jet.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good.
Yeah, like it's
Stop sign.
Yep.
Ah, you touched the brake that time. I could feel it. See? Good man. Good man. You had perfect judgment about that.
Yeah. I heard they were going to add like a proximity, like talking with Teslas, so they can communicate with other Teslas around them. Is that like true, or is that like a made up Reddit post?
So, two things. Number one, the fact that you remember it is accurate, because Elon did tweet about that. I saw it myself. However, it is not true. It has not happened.
Okay, that's good, because I was about to say like people were making comments saying it would have been like a Call of Duty lobby. You're just driving around and someone gets really mad and starts like talking smack to you. Like, I just thought it'd be really funny.
Well, I just worried about the fact that you're driving around chatting in a chat box instead of paying attention to the road.
Yeah.
Now, one thing that I thought would have been cool that he talked about was that on the display here, that cool. it would, so all the cars, like, you know, trucks, they all look the same. They all, you know, Jeeps all look the same. The SUVs look the same. It's like these grayed out, they're basically NPC cars, except for the Tesla. What he talked about doing was, when a Tesla passes you, it would look like a Tesla on the screen. They didn't do that, and in the end, does it matter? No. But I thought it would have been cool. I once pulled up next to a trailer that had a picture of two giant people on it. Yeah. And it showed up as people right here. Yeah, that's funny. Tell the viewers your final thoughts. What'd you think of the car?
It is incredible experience. I would definitely recommend it if you had the budget. Yeah, it just does exactly what you want it to do. It goes how much you want it to go. It stops as much as you want it to stop, and it has an incredible UI and display, which is one of the like nicest things for me personally. Like, UI is like everything. Even though like the layout of the car it's like super laid back. You're supposed to it feels like a racing car, and you got everything's clean. The windows are clean. Everything is just built with pristine, just UI and just look. And the monitor is also great. So it's just a clean car. It's just like Ekster Gadget. It does whatever you want it to do. Yeah, it's a what's the term? It's an omni tool. Yes.
Nice.
Yeah.
Thanks for taking a test drive with us, man. I appreciate it, buddy. All right.
Appreciate you letting me drive in it.
We'll see you guys in the next battle.